My name's Cameron McCormick. I work as a music teacher and HSR at a secondary school in Melbourne. We had some renovations that were due to happen in a building. Part of the plan working up to that, there was some possible asbestos containing material that was identified, and that all became a little bit complicated when there was a fire that happened in that same wing. So the initial conversations and the plans were to enclose that. So again, because most of it was in structural columns, ceilings was to enclose that within ceiling, within boxing out of columns and those sorts of things. WorkSafe attended the site as part of just a random spot inspection, and they advised the need to, as part of a renovation, ensure that all the asbestos was removed per regulation 244. So then the discussion became around removing the asbestos, and my main consideration as part of those conversations about what is happening was less about how the asbestos is removed, and that's the job of trained professionals and those sorts of things, but dealing with, okay, well, what's going to be left, what condition is it going to be left in and enclosed and sealed and those sorts of things, and how is it going to be labelled? Because for me, they're the things that are going on and affecting the staff when they return to site, but also the staff and the tradies and all of those things for until the building is demolished. The discussion around labelling, are we labelling every individual instance of asbestos containing material that's left, or are we labelling at the door of that building that then refers people to a Div 5 or a Div 6 to consult and find out where that ACM? My preference is to have it labelled in every single instance. We want to make it impossible to accidentally stumble upon asbestos. We want it to be something that is immediately obvious as soon as you pull back that ceiling tile, there is asbestos here, not something that relies on a system chain that there could be a link missing that's going to stuff things up. So that was what I was really kind of pushing for in terms of that part of the school. We're down to a few little handfuls of asbestos that is left that you couldn't possibly disturb by accident. There's a handful of remaining ACM within the building that's all in inaccessible areas that couldn't be cleaned or couldn't be verified as being cleaned, and all of those areas are enclosed behind steel barricade, some other form of, often like an expander foam putty as well, and then labelled, stickering over the top of that so that it's fully kind of dealt with and enclosed, which I think is the real win. The real danger of asbestos is it's in so many places, you don't know, you disturb it by accident, you go and do that, it's not possible. You've got a sticker that's in front of your face that's then a sheet of steel that's then some expander foam that's then the ACM. You can't accidentally make your way through all of that just, oh whoopsies, the drill slipped and I know I've been exposed. It's not possible. Getting informed is probably the biggest starting point, I think, for HSRs, of that old knowledge is power kind of thing is quite true. You need to be informed to have those conversations with any degree of power on your side. Asbestos is one of those things that it comes up and there's a lingering thing that is behind all of the time, and it's only a matter of time until someone might accidentally stumble upon it if we do nothing. And that's the outcome, and the work that we've got to be doing as HSRs is in making sure that the processes that are in place, the enclosures that are in place, the labelling that's in place makes it impossible for people to stumble upon it and accidentally have an ACM exposure.